In this video, I'm going to talk about the one thing that if you work on and improve in your business will have the single largest impact on your ability to book more jobs and grow your business's revenue. This one thing is so important that even MIT collaborated with HubSpot, which if you don't know is one of the largest CRM sales platforms in the world, to do a private study into just how important it is to get this right. So you're probably wondering, well, Anthony, get to the point. What is this thing? This is something that we call speed to lead. And yes, before you roll your eyes and you think, oh, I've heard of that, or maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, let me break it down. Speed to lead is the time between a lead raising their hand, showing interest in your business, and you being able to get in touch with them. Or more importantly, them just being able to speak to somebody at your company. Now, to quote MIT directly and for you to be able to actually see just how much of a difference this makes, because you might think that I'm dramatizing this for the sake of the video or, just trying to put on a show here. I'm going to read you exactly what came back from the study. It indicated that contacting leads within 5 minutes of them opting in to, whether it be an ad, a lead form, something like that, increases the likelihood that you will be able to convert that lead by up to 100x, 100 times, right? With 78% of B2B buyers selecting the fastest responder in their market. So 78% of people end up going with the business that responds the fastest to them. And this is where I really want to draw your attention. The bar for this is so incredibly low. They found that the average response time across businesses was 40 hours. 40 hours to get back to a lead who raised their hand. And so immediate follow-up, and this is from the study, immediate follow-up and automation provide a significant competitive advantage. So there you go. You've heard it from MIT's mouth themselves, not from me. Now, I want to show you 3 really, really impactful ways that you can go about improving your speed to lead in your business. 3 things that you can go and implement that do not include you having to go and hire a personal receptionist or assistant, and also does not include you having to go and hire some sort of outsourced call center to do this for you with a team of people, okay? 3 ways that you can go about implementing this, and I'm actually going to rank them from least effective at the beginning to the third and last one being the most effective way that a lot of businesses are still not utilizing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first way that you can go ahead and you can actually get some sort of contact set up with your lead, and this is why this one is the weakest, because they're not actually going to be able to speak to you immediately, is by giving them the option to schedule in a time. Now, I work with a lot of contractors, and I know especially with contractors, they don't often like to work out of their calendar. And while I understand that, I think that something you can do is have a calendar set up for phone consultations and give them the opportunity to book in if they are not able to get a hold of anybody. And then you just have reminders that go to you as the contractor off the back of that phone consult that's been booked in, leading up to it, to remind you to be nearby your phone so that you can actually pick it up and give the customer a call. So that is going to be the first way. Now, the second way, which kind of takes that to a pro level, a next sort of degree, is to use automations in your business. And what these look like is a missed call text back. So if somebody hits the voicemail or doesn't get through to you, they get a text straight away. Now that text can either send them a link to go ahead and schedule in a time. It can go ahead and send them some information and just say, hey, we're just on the tools right now. We'll give you a call back by the very latest at 5 p.m. today. And also those automations, again, can alert you so that if you do miss a call, you are getting constantly reminded and you are going to then have a higher likelihood of trying to call that client back as soon as possible. So automations can be used in a range of ways. They can be used in conjunction with sending out information, with sending you reminders, with sending the client information, and also with sending out scheduling and booking links so that you can book them in. And at least if they book in, then there's a higher chance of that conversation taking place. But there is a better option. So the third and final option, which is ultimately the best solution for capturing as many of your leads as possible that are coming inbound to you, is going to be using an AI voice receptionist. Now, before you roll your eyes and, here's another guy going on about I want to explain to you a little bit of how it actually works, because you might think that this means that you never answer a phone call and that it's just going to be AI talking to all of your prospects and your customers. That is far from the truth. What it actually is going to look like is it's going to be that instead of somebody going to a voicemail, right? So they ring through for however long they're sitting on the phone, 30, 40, 50 seconds, just to be met with a voicemail. And sometimes voicemails can fill up. They can't even leave a message. You still don't get alerted, or you might not see if somebody's left you a voicemail. So at the end of the day, it's just kind of pointless. Well, you replace that voicemail with an AI receptionist. And that AI receptionist is not going to sound like when you call and you go through a crappy menu system for a big corporation and you got to press 2 to this person and 3 for this. And then you say a response and it misinterprets or says, I didn't get that. Can you repeat what you said? It's not like that. I promise you, the technology has come a very, very, very long way. And it is getting to the point where it's basically replacing some jobs with call centers or customer success, because the AI is actually so human like and so good at having that conversation. And so what you can do is have this AI receptionist understand the context of your business. You give it kind of like a memory, what we call like context engineering. And what you're able to do is have that AI ask some questions, qualify the prospect, and take down some notes. And then from there, they can actually go ahead and book that person in and ask them, what's a better time for us to give you a ring back or to tee you up to speak to one of our representatives and so forth. But at least what is happening is that with an AI receptionist, it is the only one where somebody is actually able to speak to somebody from the business. They can even ask the AI questions so they can learn and get some value from the exchange as well. So, those are 3 ways that for a very affordable price, you can go ahead and you can improve your speed to lead and your connection rate with your prospects that come to your business. Now, if you don't know how to set any of these things up, that's okay. That's why I built Astro Growth. And so you can go ahead and you can click on the link in the description if you'd like to schedule a call with my team and we can see if we may be a fit to work together. But you can also find solutions and tutorials for this sort of stuff online as well. So hopefully that helps to improve your businesses. Remember, this is the single biggest thing that you can focus on is your connection rate. It is a 100x multiplier. And that is the data from MIT speaking. So I strongly encourage, before you increase your ad spend or change your website, to really assess where your speed to lead is at in your business. And if it is not within 5 minutes, it can do with improving. So I'll leave the video there. I hope you have a great day. I hope this was valuable for you, and I'll see you in the next one.